Hello students. Uh, in this particular video we are going to study about uh, curve fitting, that is your unit number 5. So here are the references. So let us see what exactly the curve fitting really is, and then we'll see what is a least square technique to fit the curve. So the curve fitting means an exact relationship between the two variables by algebraic equation. That means curve fitting means to form an equation of curve from a given from a given data. The curve fitting is also used to estimate the values of the one of the corresponding variable when the value of the other variable is known. That is, this you can utilize to interpret few values in between. So what exactly the principle of least square really is? Okay, so as you could see in this diagram, okay, there are several points which are spaced. On the x-axis there is a independent variable, and on y-axis there is a dependent variable. So x1 y1 x2 y2 up to xm ym are the points which we obtain. Then it is required to fit a polynomial of degree n of the type y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square up to plus so on up to kx raised to n, okay, where n are the number of points. Okay, so we have to determine the constant a b c up to k such that they represents the curve to the best fit of the degree. Okay, so here you need that the distance between the points and the fitted line, okay, if you take a square of these distances, it should be minimum as possible. Okay, and that is nothing but the statement of principle of least square. So while fitting a straight line, you could see that this is the equation of a straight line, y is equal to a plus bx. So the error, okay, will be y minus f of xi, that is y minus a minus b of xi. This is a error. That means the difference between the estimated value and the actual value. That is the error. The square of this error terms, okay, if you differentiate partially with respect to a and b, okay, it should be equal to 0. That means those should be as minimum as possible. That is the principle of least square. Okay, so here what you get after differentiating is these two equations. So summation y is equal to n into a plus b summation of x, and summation xy is equal to a summation of x plus b summation of x square. So these two equations you really need to remember, because what we are going to do in the subsequent slide is that we are going to convert the given form of a curve into a straight line form, and then we try to fit a straight line, we try to find these values, okay, and we could try to fit the curve. So this is the one example, simple example. In this example, the data x and y is given. You could see that x is a independent variable, y is a dependent variable. So looking at these two equations, whatever the terms which will be required, those are find out. Okay, so we require summation y, summation xy, then summation x square. So that naturally in the table you will have x, y, xy and x square as the value. So if you want to fit a simple straight line, then you need to remember the two equations, okay, for the format y is equal to a plus bx. These two equations you need to remember as we studied in the last slide. Okay, so if you solve, you will get y is equal to 13.6x. Similarly, this particular problem, in this problem also data of x and y is given. You need to find, you need to remember these two equations as I said in the last slide. Okay, and this table are being plotted, and when you solve these two equations simultaneously, you will get value of a and b. Okay, and subsequently you will get the equation of line, which could be best fit in the given this problem. Okay, now there are two types of fit. One is called as the best fit and another called as the exact fit. All the activities in the curve fitting are come under best fit because you try to minimize the error, while all activities related to interpolation, which we are going to study in the subsequent lectures, comes under the category of exact fit. Okay, so best fit and exact fit. Best fit means best try to minimize the error. That is how you need to remember this. Okay, with the help of principle of least square. So this is another problem. Okay, in this p is a one variable, w is another variable. Okay, and when you solve, this is the answer which you get. Okay, so here also I just modified the two equations. The two equations remain same, just instead of x you put p, instead of y you put w. Okay, now this is the code. If you execute this code for, let us say this code is executed for the numerical which we studied in the last slide, you will get uh, this as answer. Okay, it means first example which we have studied, if you put it you will get this answer. And for a MATLAB, okay, in a MATLAB command window, if you put polyfit as a solver, okay, you will get this answer. Okay, so these two answer matches. Now if you look at the program, what you find is that this first for loop is for taking the input from the user. This for loop is for finding out the values in the table. Then these two lines are for forming the determinant. These two lines are for solving determinant, and these are nothing but value of a and b, and this last line is used for printing. So this is how this code is executed in a simple manner. Okay, then let us assume the curve y is equal to ab raised to x. Now this could be converted into log y plus is equal to log a plus x log b. So if you say log a is equal to capital A and log b is equal to capital B, okay, and you can write these two normal equations which we have got. Simply I converted this equation into equation of line. Okay, so this will give you that a is nothing but antilog of capital A, and small b will be antilog of capital B, and from the solving of the equation you will get capital A and capital B. Okay, so let us see this example. So in this example you could see that x data is given, y data is given. So what you need to find out is if you look at the equation, you need capital Y, that is log 10 y, okay, then x square and x into capital Y. So if you find and if you solve two equations simultaneously, you will get value of a and b. Taking antilog, you will get value of small a and b, and our curve will be equal to ab raised to x, that is given here. So this is the code which is used for y is equal to ab raised to x. Okay, so in this code as well, in this program also, you will see that the first loop is to take the value. Then we initiate all the variables to 0. Then we find the values which are required as per the equations, and then we solve the determinant with the help of Cramer's rule. Then we find out antilog of capital A and capital B. exp b and exp a indicates that it's an antilog. E raised to capital A and e raised to capital B will give you antilog of a and b, that is small a and small b, and this last line is for the printing the value. Then the curve y is equal to ab raised to x. In this case also you take the logarithm on both sides, that is log 10 y is equal to log 10 a plus b log 10 x. So y is equal to a plus bx. So here you will see that x is capital X. Okay, that means x is equal to log 10 x, a is equal to log 10 a, and y is equal to log 10 y. Okay, these are two simple equations which we already derived. So this will indicate that a is antilog of capital A. Okay, so here, and b is equal to b, small b. So ax raised to b, this is the data, this is the y value. So looking at the equation, you need to find capital X, capital Y, then capital X square and capital XY. Okay, if you solve, take a summation, put the values in the equation, you will get this value. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the program for y is equal to ax raised to b. You will see that this first loop is to take the value. Second, these lines are to initiate to variables to 0. Then this loop is to find out uh, the values which are required, and the last lines are determinant finding, and the very last line is for print the value. Okay, so the answers matches. Okay. Then this is the type of a curve PV raised to gamma is equal to K. So PV raised to gamma. So this you can say that V is equal to K is equal to 1 by R into P is raised to minus 1 by R. So if you take logarithm on both sides, log V is equal to 1 by R log K minus 1 by R log P. Now in this case, why you have separated only V? Because we know that V is the independent variable, and the rest of two are dependent variable. That is why we have separated it out. Okay, so y is equal to a plus bx. So this will give y is equal to log v, a is equal to 1 by r log k, and b is equal to minus 1 by r, where x is equal to log p. So r and k are determined by above equations. Normal equations are obtained as per the straight line equation. So here this is the problem. You could see that v and p. So here v is independent, p is dependent. So as v changes, p changes. Okay. So because of which v is, you could see that v is in terms of x and p is in terms of y. Okay. So this is the equation. Okay. So if these two are equations, you just need to find out this table and get the values. So this is also a quite straightforward problem. The main thing in this is that you should able to identify how to write the equation of line. Then y is equal to a raised to bx. So here also log y is equal to log a plus b into log bx into log e. Okay, so b is equal to capital B. Okay, small b is capital B, where capital B is equal to b into log 10 e. Okay, then a is equal to log 10 a and y is equal to log 10 y. Okay, so these are two equations you can write out of it, and you need to find out small a is equal to antilog of a and b is equal to b upon log 10 e. So this is the example. Okay, by looking at the equation, you need capital Y, small x square, and x into capital Y. And if you take the summation, put the values in the equation and solve the equation, you will get y is equal to a e raised to bx form. So this is a program for that. Again, the program is quite straightforward. First, to take the loop, take the values from the user. These are initiations of the variables which are required for the equations. Then calculation of the variables, the calculation of the summations, then solving determinant and printing the values. Okay, for MATLAB solver, you have a solver which is usually called as a fit. Okay, to fit the exponential curve. So you put the x data, y data, and f is equal to fit x, y, comma, into bracket exp1. okay, single quote exp1. This will fit a usual a e raised to bx type of a curve with 95% confidence interval. Okay, so this will also give you the value of a and b and the required confidence interval in which these values will be holding true. Okay, then last one is for finding the quadratic equation. So in this you need to form three equations. Okay, so for quadratic equations you need x, y, x square, then x square y, x cube and x raised to 4. So if you just plot these values and solve this simple matrix, you will get the value of a, b and c respectively. So this is a program for y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Again the program is same. Okay, first you need to take the values from the user, then second loop is for finding out the required variables. Okay, then this is initiation. Okay, then this loop is for Gauss elimination method. Okay, so first we initiate the array AR. All the values which we have found in this loop, we put them into a variable AI in a array AR, and then this part is of Gauss elimination process. Okay, so simple Gauss elimination and printing the values. So this is the execution for the program problem which we have solved. Then we also have a introduction to multiple linear regression analysis. So in multiple linear analysis, there are more than two variables which are there, in which you will get a, instead of a fitted line, you get a fitted surface. Okay, so if you see this diagram, this is the surface along which the points are distributed in the three-dimensional plane, where x1 and x2 are the two independent variable and y is dependent variable. So because of which you will get points on the both side of the surface, and out of which you need to fit a surface such that the distance between these points and the surface, if you take a square of it and if you differentiate with respect to any of the variable x1 or x2, it should be close to 0. Okay, so the ideology is same, just the number of independent variable are increased. Okay, so this is the these are the equations which you get. As I told you, you need to differentiate with respect to a0, a1 and a2. Okay, three constants, and you will get this equation. Okay, where you have three equations with three unknowns, and this can be solved simultaneously to get the values of a0, a1 and a2, and we can write that equation. Okay, so you can get this equation. So this is a simple example. I leave this example to you. Okay, you please try to understand. This is a table, so it is quite straightforward. Okay, so here it completes the curve fitting. Thank you.